Nice car.
Oh, that's a babe magnet. Or a cute guy magnet, I guess. I'm having it painted candy apple red.
What year is this thing?
1985.
How many miles?
120,000.
Keep some flares in the glove box.
Yeah, how much?
20,000.
His big inheritance.
It's my only extravagance. All the rest of it's going in T-bills. But I've always wanted this car. It's a work of art.
Morning.
Hey, John's getting a new car.
What? Yeah. How many miles are on it?
It's in perfect condition.
Boss is looking for you.
You know, John, leaving your money in T-bills, some would consider that a passive approach to investing. If I might suggest a couple of issues.
Anybody who day trade internet stocks is disqualified from giving financial advice. So come on.
That was a couple of years ago.
Here we go.
Get the door. The borough's left it to me to decide if you're to catch cases while this investigation continues.
Can I give you my opinion?
Sure.
I am absolutely fit to catch cases, because that investigation's got nothing to do with me whatsoever.
Sold. Hit it.
I appreciate your confidence in me, boss.
You've earned it.
And as far as this relationship, as far as how I knew her,
I don't need the details on that part. That's your business.
well, I'm telling you, she was an informant, and I was not banging her.
Okay. And I'm telling you, even if you were, all that matters to me is you weren't involved in the homicide and you're ready to work cases.
Well, it matters to me that you believe me that I wasn't screwing a prostitute.
Fine.
You don't believe me, do you?
I don't care. Now go work your cases.
I just got off the phone with the FBI. They were forwarded a threat that a bomb might have been mailed to the family court building.
All right, get down there, everybody. McDowell wants he's right on an interview. I'll have him respond. He's in. Let's go.
What the hell is this?
We just got here. He's trying to get his boss on the phone.
They're not evacuating?
They evacuated the mailroom, that's
Hey,
it.
this place needs to be evacuated now. All the courts are in session, and my boss will be here in 5 minutes. I want a roster of all the judges who are supposed to be here today, and I want the building clear.
Nobody gets in.
My instructions were just close down.
We should keep everybody off the air in case the bomb's on some kind of frequency.
Yeah, make sure every court officer's radio's off, you and Jones.
All right, we'll do that. We'll start with the evacuation.
Yeah, we'll start at the top floor and work our way down.
Which one of you guys in charge? Detective Sipowicz. Watch the front door, nobody gets in.
Hey, how do you spell that?
Watch the door! Come on, guys. Bureaucratic asshole.
I'd like to point out my client is prepared to go forward.
Your Honor, Detective Sipowicz and Clark with a 15 squad.
Stop right there.
Your Honor, we need everybody out. If you allow us to approach the bench, we can explain.
Officers, approach the bench.
Turn your radio off, and it stays off.
Your Honor, we've got a bomb threat.
This court's going to take a 30-minute recess.
Everybody out! Come on! Come on, everybody! Come on, quick! Everybody out!
All the way out of the building, and officers will direct you from there.
What's the reason for this?
A good one. Just keep moving.
I opened an envelope and it exploded. It burns.
It'll be okay, ma'am. You think it's anthrax? I don't want to find out the hard way.
Please help me.
Stay where you are and we'll get help. You cannot leave the office till we know what we're dealing with. We'll come to you.
Please, hurry.
Everyone needs to get out of the building now. Make sure that door stays shut. Let's go.
Listen, my instructions were to close down the mailroom and wait for my supervisor to arrive before evacuating. So if you guys
do what we can for you on our paperwork.
That's everybody.
John, go help the perimeter. Major Charlie Mullen.
How's it going?
Look, the information that my officer relayed to me was that you received a phone call saying there might have been a bomb mailed to my building sometime in the future.
No, nothing about in the future.
All right, well, then I was given the wrong information because I absolutely would have authorized the immediate evacuation. That's hazmat. I need to get this. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
It's ass covering time now.
Agent Newmark, I'm the ASAC of the Joint Terrorism Task Force. You were the first on the scene?
We were evacuating the 3rd floor when we heard a female scream, opened the door, and it was the judge's secretary, her face and upper body covered in white powder.
Only info we got was she opened a letter and the powder sprayed on her.
Have you two been checked out?
We were a good 15 feet away, and as soon as we saw it was white powder, we backed out.
All right, set up a warm zone and make sure these two are decontaminated and tested.
That's what Agent Francis says.
Precautionary. You got nothing to worry about.
Okay, Hazmat's going to be doing some field tests. If it comes back with any trace of anthrax, we'll be taking over.
Sure.
In the meantime, I'm going to need to know where that bomb threat phone call originated from. If you can get on that?
Yeah. They were in there for what, a second? Yeah, they're fine.
Anthrax down there?
I don't know yet. Still doing a field test.
A bomb went off.
No, it wasn't even a bomb. It was a letter rigged to spray powder.
Victim DOA?
Are you looking for bad news or what?
Hey, Clark, hold up. Listen, no bullshit. I know we had our differences, but hear me out.
I'll get on tracing that call.
I had a buddy of mine up in the 2-3 who had a prostitute as an informant. It got out and it caused some major grief. I mean, everybody was accusing him of having a relationship with her. So I know how messed up it can be. I mean, he was banging her. Don't get me wrong. Banged her every chance he got. But the fact that people went ahead and assumed him, that ain't right.
You know, that whore was always saying, I got a brother on the job, I got a brother on the job, and it's just now. I see the resemblance.
I'm just having a little fun. You don't have to get personal about it.
Yeah? Well, why don't you have your little fun somewhere else where you end up on your ass? Again.
What was that with Laughlin?
General nonsense.
You knew they were going to eat this story up.
Let them.
What do you got?
IAB. Supposed to head down there and talk to Captain Fraker ASAP. Does the boss know?
He does.
All right. I'll check in later.
If your dad knew what kind of heat you were taking, because I know you sugarcoated this thing, he'd want to step forward and clear it up.
It'll work out.
You know, when I came in here and I asked if anything was going on, that didn't qualify?
I assumed it was a personal matter. That was a Fed in charge of the Joint Terrorism Task Force. Test came back negative for anthrax.
So Connie and Rita are done getting decontaminated?
Yeah, they're on the way back. And the whole case gets kicked back to us unless it's terrorism related.
Medeville and Jones are still down there. We should get them up to the judge's office and inspect that letter.
Sounds good.
15th squad.
Yeah, and we should get Junior back in here, too. IAB can wait.
No, he needs to deal with that.
Hold, please. Detective.
Sit, boys. All right, boss. Yeah, what's across street? All right, yeah, I got it. Another letter bomb exploded at 841 Worth Street in the lawyer's office, hit with powder, same thing.
What?
The guy's in cardiac arrest. I'm heading down there. Have Connie and Rita meet me. I take it it's safe in here?
Hazmat just left. Negative on anthrax. Same MO as earlier.
Who opened the letter?
Attorney whose office this is. He had a heart attack en route to Bellevue.
All right, we need to get this guy's client list. See if any of them had cases tried by the judge who got hit.
Yeah, we got a secretary on that.
So you guys are all right?
Sat in a janitor's office for 2 hours, waiting on the test results. Where's John?
He's down at IAB.
Dealing with his informant. We were sitting there 2 hours. We talked about a lot of things.
My guess, yeah. Yeah, that's what he's down there for. Let's get on this.
Sorry, I'm late, Detective.
No sweat.
So, got yourself in a little bit of a pickle.
It's a misunderstanding.
Yeah, you get a lot of those. Still, we have to look into it.
The DOA prostitute was an informant of mine.
Yeah, I read the reports, so I know your version of the events.
Okay.
I've also asked around about you. I've heard nothing but good things. Great things. You're the kind of detective we need out there. You reflect today's job, today's mentality, today's approach. You see, and that's the tragedy of the whole thing. Yeah, a good cop like you, who made a mistake, looking at possibly getting bounced off the job, having to work security in some office building. Yet, a dinosaur like Detective Sipowicz, who still has this overly aggressive us against them attitude he picked up in the 70s, and he's still running around half-cocked.
You find that tragic?
John, it's just you and me talking, okay? I want to help you. Now, I can help you.
If you're trying to work me for information on my partner, whether it's to save my job or save my pension or save this spotted owl, it's not gonna happen. Our time is valuable, Captain, and time spent on that is time wasted.
Well, then. You have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer questions.
Well, I know my rights. And I know if you're reading them to me, I need a lawyer and a union rep here.
You're a suspect in the homicide of Cynthia Patterson. You're to stay at your squad on restricted duty until I say different. Good luck, Detective.
Hey, the judge who got hit gave us a tip on a guy who appeared before her. Said he was a real whack job, Larry Orth. Turns out he had a red flag from the Secret Service for sending a threatening letter to the president 2 years ago.
Regarding?
Confidential. They wouldn't elaborate beyond the fact that they did a threat assessment and they were satisfied with him not being one at the time. Here's his particulars.
Hey, trace the bomb threat you got this morning. It originated from a payphone in Union Square. Now, the 911 operator forwarded the message to arson and explosion. The guy on the wheel there gave it to the bomb squad, but he thought that family court was a federal property, so he forwarded to the feds. And then they called us.
Playing a hot potato with a bomb threat.
Lab results came back on the white powder. They found traces of cayenne pepper and eggshell. They're gonna do more tests.
That's Santeria using eggshell. I had a case with them once.
Yeah, a guy used to work with them bias unit, had an ear to all that voodoo stuff. He could hook us up with someone who know.
I'll get a sample of the powder and look into it.
Want to bring in a hypnotist while we're at it?
I'll bring in a mime troupe if it helps with the case.
Come grab this guy up with me, all right?
Sure.
Hey.
What's going on?
I just had to tell one more guy that I don't know anything about their case.
What's your status?
Restricted, but I can still work cases. It's no big deal.
But you had that worked out.
It's internal affairs. They're messing with me. What'd I miss?
Read it, can fill you in.
15 squad. No, hold please. Lieutenant, Chief of Detectives.
You don't leave the squad.
You okay?
Yeah, you?
Yeah. So they're still under the impression this is your informant, not your dad's.
Reading, when something changes, you'll be the first to know. Now, how about running the case?
This is really fun for me. People thinking I'm seeing a guy who bangs whores on the side.
Well, then maybe you should stop seeing that guy if it's putting such a big crimp in your style.
There's my notes.
You know, the Santeria have a god that's half baby, half old man. And the offerings that they offer range from toys and candy to old man stuff like canes and booze, I guess. Oh, and don't call them witch doctors. That's a big no-no.
Okay, so this is an old Santeria powder. Some cayenne pepper in here, thorns, and a poison you get from the insides of a pufferfish. When it hit the person, did it burn, irritate?
Yeah, it did. Now, can you get this recipe in a bookstore or off the internet?
Doubt it. It's pretty obscure.
All right, so someone really had to know Santeria to put this together.
This is Santeria powder. How they got it, I don't know.
Okay. All right, how much for your time?
Listen, you guys are doing good work out there.
Come on, how much?
You want to give me $20, that's fine.
Appreciate it. I'm very, very sorry.
Please, stand completely still.
Don't freak me out.
Stand still. Extend your right arm. Turn your palm up to the sky. Now, put your palm against your forehead. I'm just giving you a hard time, man. Don't worry about it.
Wait, so that's not a sacred candle or anything?
I got that at the variety store. You should have seen the look on your face.
Have a seat, Larry. So, You sent a threatening letter to the president?
I sent a letter to the president. Some Secret Service agent looking for a little overtime apparently deemed it threatening. It wasn't.
Why'd you send the letter?
I sent it 2 years ago. Is this really why I'm here?
Why'd you send the letter?
It was the culmination of a complete... 4 years ago, I bought a fourplex. The hag downstairs paid $150 a month. I find out you can't raise the rent on a rent-controlled apartment if there's a violation on the building. The hag puts in a complaint for peeling paint. I paint it to have the violation removed. It takes the inspector 5 months to come out. The next day, the hag puts in a complaint about a hallway light being out. After the inspector checks that, the hag puts in a complaint for a loose floorboard. We go...
Okay, so this goes on, and how did it culminate?
I went to landlord-tenant court. The case was thrown out because I misspelled the hag's first name. Improper service of summons, they called it. I go to my city councilman. He directs me to the state legislature. I ended up sending out letters. Harsh language was used. I won't deny it.
You were married,
Yes, I was.
and you had a case tried by Judge Karen Squire in family court.
Boy, did I ever.
Not happy with the results.
I only see my son every other weekend, so yeah.
You ever send a letter to Judge Squire?
Yes, I did. A year ago.
Harsh language in that one, too?
I'm a frank and honest person. If people don't like it, that's their problem.
Good. Judge Squire got a letter today. Did you send it to her?
No.
Because you see, how this works, Larry, is you get frank and honest with us, we can help you out.
I sent one letter a year ago.
If we find out you're lying, what happens is those weekend visitations with your son, those go.
Are you threatening to take my son away?
If we find out you're lying...
You filthy bitch!
Now, after an outburst like that, why should we believe anything you say?
I never sent the judge another letter. If you try to take my son away...
Don't you make threats, Larry. Now, you're gonna get yourself into a real bad situation here if you make threats.
We'll look into if you sent that letter today. And in the meantime, you're gonna sit in a cell downstairs until we feel you've got the mental state to be out in public.
Come on, get up.
Lieutenant said it's okay because I have to go and get my car. Okay. Otherwise, there's another person ready to buy it if I don't.
Go already?
Thank you. I'm sorry.
But we're getting a tape of that 911 call. I'll compare it against that Larry Orth guy you have downstairs.
That was ATF. We need to know if the letter bomb used any accelerant.
It was more spring-loaded.
Completely spring-loaded? Otherwise, they're gonna get involved.
As far as we could tell, spring-loaded only.
All right, call them back. They're gonna want to hear that it was an improvised explosive device of a biological nature. Where are we at?
So, in looking for people with Hispanic names who had contact with the judge and the attorney.
Hispanic on account of they might have knowledge of the Santeria powder?
Right.
Oh, we got this bastard in a real stranglehold now. It's just a matter of time.
Continue.
There's one case involving a guy named Tim Hale. His wife used the attorney and their case was tried by Judge Karen Squire. Listed as a contact number for Hale is a Laline Fernandez. Doesn't say what their relationship was. That's the only Hispanic name I found so far.
Bring him in.
You gotta be kidding me.
Hale works for the Postal Service.
Oh, well, that's different.
All right, you and Clark interview Hale. Connie, you and Rita go interview the woman.
The unrestricted meaning you can't go out on the street?
That's right. If you need help, grab somebody from Anti-Crime.
We would all look into this Hale some more and be ready for the interview.
Great.
Hey. You want to grab a quick bite?
Hey, Maya, we're in the middle of it here, so...
Well, there's an umbrella lounge around the corner. They got decent hot dogs.
Yeah, all right, real quick.
Well, you can lose the bun if you're on one of those high-protein diets.
Are you looking for trouble? Hey, you hungry at all?
No.
So I got good news.
Oh, well, let's hear it.
Well, I stumbled on an etiquette book, and apparently, if there are two people who like each other and the guy doesn't make the first move after a couple weeks, and the girl, well, not only is she allowed to, but she's supposed to ask the guy out.
See, the thing is that, first of all, I'm flattered, all right, but I dated a woman I work with.
I heard all about that. That sounded like a whole big relationship thing. I just want to go have fun, okay?
Yeah, I really don't know if this is the right situation.
Can you believe I just threw myself at this guy and he turned me down? Let's go, detective.
All right. Dinner. How about dinner?
Dinner. And maybe dancing. At this really cool spot where we won't have to wait in line, I swear.
All right, let's gotta stay between us.
I can do that.
All right, here we go.
Come on.
Have a seat, Tim. Did you have a court case with a Judge Squire?
I did, yeah.
What was it about?
Custody of my kids.
Why'd it go all the way to family court?
You'd have to ask my ex.
Well, what was the nature of your disagreement?
Her screwing around on me and wanting to get out of the marriage with everything she could.
That was the major beef.
Yeah.
And what about you sexually abusing your daughter? That factor in it all?
Never happened.
Then why'd we have to draw it out of you?
It's not something I like talking about.
This isn't a dinner party, Tim.
My wife made it up, and it worked. She got everything. Everything.
Must have pissed you off.
You think?
Your wife's attorney was Carl Llewellyn.
Yeah.
Something happened to Carl Llewellyn and Judge Squire today, Tim.
Like what?
You don't know?
No. I don't know, but if it's something bad, don't be afraid to tell me.
Tim, what we're going to need to do is get some fingerprints off you along with the DNA sample and a recording of your voice.
Fine. Why?
Because we got an investigation underway and we need to.
Fine.
Great.
Let's do it.
Sit tight. Can you handle this, or are you too restricted?
Why? Where are you going?
I got to take care of something real quick.
Everything all right?
Yeah.
Need help?
No, I got it.
That attorney that got sprayed with a powder, he went out of the picture at Bellevue. Heart failure.
All right.
Got scared to death, basically. Although he was pushing 300 pounds, so that didn't help.
Anything jumps off, page me.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Need any help with anything?
No, we got it.
Do you know Tim Hale, Aline?
We're friends. We work together.
You were listed as a contact in his court records.
Yeah, Tim stayed with me for a little bit until he found a place. His wife kicked him out.
You two date?
No, just friends. We work together. Did something happen to Tim?
His name came up in an investigation.
Lillian, we're gonna level with you.
Okay, that'd be great.
Today there was a practical joke played on a judge and an attorney in family court. We looked at people who had contact with both, and Tim's name came up. Part of the joke involved this Santeria powder that makes someone itch and burn a little. We saw your name in the court file. We brought you in. That's the deal.
Okay.
So, if you had anything to do with this, now's the time to tell us.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
What kind of practical joke?
Letters were sent containing the powder.
Oh.
Last chance. Did you have anything to do with it?
No, I mean... what's Tim saying?
Lillian, we're gonna level with you one more time.
Okay.
If you're honest with us, we'll try and get you out that door and back home as soon as possible. If you lie, or try to outsmart us, or waste our time in any form or fashion, you're looking at a felony.
A couple of years ago, Tim and I were complaining about our supervisor. Tim was talking about gluing the guy's desk drawer shut or something. My grandmother's a santera, and I told him I could probably get something, like a powder to put on the guy's comb to make him itch.
Did you get it for him?
Not then, but about a week ago, he asked me for some of that powder. I got it for him. I thought he was gonna use it on our boss. If he did this, it's not right, but he really got screwed in family court.
Let us worry about that. Write down what you told us.
you about your son?
On the phone, you said there was a problem with the fives on that case we worked together.
He's taking on more and more weight over this woman that you knew. And he cares so much about you that he's not going to tell you the truth.
So that was a bunch of BS? Treating me like some scowl to get me down there?
Your kid is in trouble, Clark, and you need to rectify the situation.
I'm not going to talk to you about this.
Did you know that he got called down to IAB again today, and he's on restricted duty? You know that every uniform in that precinct is giving him a hard time, that this is hurting his relationship with his girlfriend.
I didn't know any of that.
Well, now you do.
John came to me after he went on record that this woman was his informant. He insisted that I go along with it.
You're his dad. He'll ride this off a cliff before he'll let anybody come after you.
Boy, I'll bet you're loving this, aren't you?
Yeah, Clark, that's why I came down here. I love getting glared at by people who only remember me from my past. That's always a real pick-me-up.
People are giving him a hard time?
Don't let your embarrassment over associating with a woman like that cloud your judgment.
Getting prostitute advice from Andy Sipowicz. And I didn't think it could get any worse.
It runs like an absolute dream. The windows whistle through a little when you get over 35, but the previous owner said that's normal. Allison, you know me. I've always tried not to tie my self-worth to material possessions because, you know, we talked about this, but I'm sorry, this is so nice. I do deserve it. I can honestly say that without...
Get out of the car, man! Come on, get out of the car! Get out! Oh my God. Oh my God. Carjacked! I've been carjacked! Oh my God! Oh my God!
If we bring the FBI in here and you lie to them, you get charged even more because you're a federal employee. So let's just keep it between us. Let's keep it manageable.
Well, what would I be looking at if I did admit to what you're talking about?
Well, we'd have to talk to the judge and the attorney, see if we can get them to calm down and take things into consideration.
That's a lie. I'd be looking at federal charges no matter what for sending it through the mail.
No, you know how the system works, Tim? Everything is negotiable. And if one side of the table, us, feels that we're being respected and cooperated with, we can help out the other side of the table. That's you.
Tell us what happened. We already know your friend Laline gave you the Santeria powder last week. If you don't, we just toss you to the FBI, and nowadays they do whatever the hell they want.
It's gonna go down, Tim. And if you wait to talk, it's gonna cost you twice as much.
Did you know that all a woman has to do is allege abuse? Allege? And it's over with?
This is what your wife did?
We were fighting a lot. I found out she was cheating. She knew I was gonna divorce her ass, and so she made her move.
Who'd she notify about the abuse?
Cops.
So an immediate restraining order.
I was out of the house that day. I didn't get to see my kids for 2 months. I couldn't go within 100 feet of them waiting for a medical exam of my daughter, which my wife and her lawyer kept delaying. And I finally get to see him, but it's got to be a supervised visit in a neutral location, so we meet at the Office of Child Protective Services. Damn social worker makes out a report, says my daughter seems apprehensive in my presence. Well, no kidding. I haven't seen her in 2 months. We're meeting in some office building, and who knows what her mom has told her.
When you went to court, did the judge want to hear your side of it?
Hell no, she just bought the whole thing. My wife and her lawyer are lying through their teeth about something. About something that I would never do in a million years.
Did you mail any other letters out, Tim?
No. I sent those letters out of frustration. I'm sorry. And if you could talk with the judge and my wife's lawyer, maybe they could take into consideration what I've been through.
We'll do what we can.
I mean, it's New York City. You don't even really need a car. Yeah, they're more hassle than they're worth.
You two are talking like my car's gone and I'll never see it again.
No, you're gonna see it again. We're just, you know, just... Yeah, it's just something to keep in mind. You go?
Yeah, he's writing up a statement.
We've been talking it over with my boss, and the feeling is we should defer prosecution to the FBI. They'd get a lot more bang for the buck.
Yeah, okay.
He knows his wife's attorney went DOA?
No, we held off on that.
Let me break it to him before the feds move in.
Sure. I'll give them a heads up right now.
Oh, and Clark, Captain Fraker wants you down at IAB immediately.
Yeah, I'm helping him get his DVD player hooked up. He probably put the red thing in the blue hole again.
You talked to a lawyer yet?
If it's heading that way, I'll call you.
So, let's get a description of this carjacker.
Okay.
So this guy was white?
Yes.
What did he look like?
He had lupine features.
But what did he look like?
I'm telling you. But he did have a Roman nose. His nose had a prominent bridge, and he had long blondish highlights. I couldn't tell you if they were real.
Okay, so he was blonde?
Blonde highlights.
All right, let's start over.
Hey, John. John, your car's on TV.
Where'd they find it?
Going about 90 on the LIE.
Oh.
The suspect has refused to pull over despite having at least 5 police cars in pursuit.
Once again, you're looking at the Long Island Expressway. The driver of this vehicle is believed to have attempted a robbery at a liquor store earlier in the day, after which he stole this car.
These attempts to evade police are never successful, are they, Jim?
I can't say with complete certainty that they never are, but as long as I've been in the air, I'd say... Oh! He crashed! He crashed! Oh, no! Oh, look at that! The suspect has crashed his car! Oh!
You got insurance, right?
Some cars now approaching in the fast lane, but they do...
I'd like to be alone right now, if you don't mind.
Quite a bit of debris all over the road. Really a tremendous crash. The driver looks to be okay, which is a miracle if you look at the damage to that car.
Have a seat, Detective.
Hip up.
John.
So, your dad has informed me to mix up. You claim to be the detective John Clark who was seeing the whore in order to protect your dad.
Yeah.
Heartwarming. And this isn't dad covering for son.
No. Check my home phone records. You'll see calls into her.
The dead whore had a tattoo on her tailbone right above her ass crack. If this was your girl, then I'm sure you can tell me what it was.
It's a butterfly.
We have a winner.
But I was not involved in, nor do I have any knowledge regarding her death.
Yeah, I know. The squad has the perp.
When?
3 hours ago, some junkie tried to do a push-in robbery, went bad.
So then we done now?
You're restored to full duty, you can go. Dad stays.
Go ahead, John.
Don't want me to notify anybody, get you a lawyer?
I can handle it.
You sure, Dad?
Yeah.
I'll check on you later.
Yes, I'm here. The bill of sale and the title are in the car, which is currently twisted like a pretzel, so no, I can't get it to you. Oh, yes.
What's going on?
Yes, I'll hold again.
The case cleared. Some junkie killed her trying to pull off a robbery, which Fraker knew about most of the day but didn't tell me.
Putting screws to you, hoping to turn you into a rat for IAB.
Yeah, well, it's over with. My dad's still down there, though.
They called him in?
He went down there on his own. He told him everything.
He's looking at a major hit.
Won't be surprised if he puts in his papers. I don't know. Hey, so I'll call him in a little bit.
I'm glad it worked out.
I was big of your dad.
Yeah. He stepped up. Hey. If I was a little abrupt earlier, I apologize.
What are you doing later?
I don't know.
Call me when you get home.
All right.
They treat you right here.
When I was on patrol, I responded to a bar fight. Owner took a liking to me.
I bet.
You having fun?
It's nice being out with you.
But do you like the club?
Yeah. Yeah, for a club.
You don't go out much.
No, not the bars. I mean, you can't relax. You always got to be the sheriff, you know? I mean, people get in fights, doing drugs. I mean, how far do you let it go before you have to get involved, right?
Relax. Have a good time.
All right. Another Cosmo?
Oh, why, thank you very much. Oh, are you crazy?
Did I bump into you, baby? My mistake, man. I didn't know she was your girl.
Yeah, no problem. Just apologize and we'll be cool.
It's okay, it's fine.
It was a mistake, man.
I apologize.
Don't worry about it.
I know you're in a bad spot because you don't want to back down in front of your boy, but you're going to apologize. So we'll take this outside. And I got no problem kicking your ass, too.
Sorry.
See, that's why I don't go out. Nothing but drunks and bullies, and I'm not the type of guy to take anything off.
That's what happens when you hang out with a fine woman.
Oh, is that why?
All right, it's over with. Let's have fun.
You know, let's go someplace quiet. There's this little coffee house down the block. We'll grab a table.
Okay.
Oh, Kurt, then you gotta rinse after every stroke. That's right.
I know. Can I shave you?
No,
Why not?
because real shavers have metal blades and you can cut yourself, which is why I don't want to see you anywhere near this thing, huh? Besides, you need more practice with your toothbrush first.
I know what I'm doing.
No, you see, when you shave your neck, you shave up, like I told you. Thought you knew what you were doing, smarty pants.
I do.
All right, keep practicing. Hey, what's going on? You all right? Come on in.
No, I'm good. I just came by to say thanks for backing me up. And, I don't know what you did, but I'm guessing my dad didn't show up down at IAB out of the blue.
How's he doing?
He's good.
Dad, how's this?
Theo's going in for his driver's test tomorrow. Wants to look presentable. I think he missed a spot over here, Squirt. Go and take care of it.
I'll let you guys get back to it. Just wanted to say thanks. I'll see you tomorrow.
Your dad putting in his papers?
No. You got a 10-day rip.
10 days, that's it?
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.
I was more caught up in what people thought of me than what you were going through.
I'm not blaming you for that.
No, I'm not saying you are. It's just that's what I was doing, and I feel bad about it.
Oh, the hell with it. How about we just put this whole thing behind us?
But watching you lie to me, and I knew you were lying.
What you gotta understand, though, is that my dad, he's my only family, and I'd rather stick up for him and lose my job than sell him out and keep it.
I'm talking about when you lied to me, John.
Okay?
You don't ever have to lie to me.
Okay. 4 months and this is our first bump in the road. That's worth something. 4.5 months. Almost 5. That's really something.
Absolutely.